How many times have you told yourself, I will be happy when I get that job. I will be happy when I earn more money. I will be happy when people finally appreciate me. But what if tomorrow never comes the way you imagined? What if happiness is not waiting for you in the future? What if God has already placed enough blessings in your life today, but you are too busy chasing the next thing to notice them? The greatest tragedy is not failure. The greatest tragedy is spending your entire life preparing to live, but never actually living. My dear friends, today I want to talk about a silent mistake that millions of people make every day. They postpone their happiness. They postpone their peace. They postpone their gratitude. They believe life will become meaningful after they achieve something bigger. They think joy is hidden behind the next promotion, the next relationship, the next house, the next success. But happiness is not a destination, it is a decision. God did not create this moment so that you could simply survive it. He gave you this moment so that you could experience it, appreciate it, and grow through it. If you keep waiting for perfect conditions, you may wait forever. The sun shines today. The air fills your lungs today. The opportunity to change your life exists today. The time to be grateful, peaceful, and joyful is not tomorrow. It is now. My friends, one of the biggest reasons people struggle to find happiness is because they keep waiting for the perfect moment. They tell themselves, I will start enjoying my life when my problems are solved. I will be happy when I earn more money. I will be happy when my situation improves. I will be happy when everything finally goes according to my plan. But the truth is, life has never been perfect for anyone, and it never will be. If happiness depends on perfect conditions, then happiness will always remain out of reach. Think about it for a moment. A student says, I will be happy after my exams. The exams finish, but then there is pressure about college admissions. After that comes the challenge of finding a job. Then the person says, I will be happy when I get a good job. After getting the job, new responsibilities arrive. Then happiness gets postponed until a promotion comes. Later, it is postponed until a bigger house is purchased, a better car is bought, or more money is saved. The cycle never ends. The destination keeps moving further away because the mind has developed a habit of delaying happiness. The reality is that every stage of life comes with its own challenges. There is no magical day when all problems disappear and everything becomes perfect. Even the most successful people in the world face difficulties. They have responsibilities, pressures, uncertainties, and obstacles just like everyone else. The difference is that they do not wait for perfect conditions to appreciate life. They learn to find joy, gratitude, and meaning in the middle of imperfect circumstances. Look at nature. The sun does not wait for a perfect sky before it rises. Flowers do not wait for ideal conditions before they bloom. Rivers do not stop flowing because rocks stand in their way. They keep moving forward. They continue fulfilling their purpose regardless of obstacles. Human beings can learn a powerful lesson from this. Progress does not require perfection. Happiness does not require perfection. Life does not require perfection. Many people spend so much time focusing on what they lack that they completely ignore what they already have. They wake up thinking about their problems instead of their blessings. They focus on what is missing instead of appreciating what is present. But if you truly observe your life, you will discover countless reasons to be grateful. The ability to wake up in the morning is a blessing. The ability to walk, talk, think, and learn is a blessing. Having people who care about you is a blessing. Having another day to improve yourself is a blessing. These gifts may seem ordinary, but they are extraordinary when viewed with gratitude. Imagine a person who dreams of owning a car. Every day he says, I will be happy when I buy that car. He spends years focusing only on what he does not have. Then finally he buys the car. For a few weeks he feels excited, but soon the excitement fades. Now he wants a better car. The happiness he was chasing disappears because it was based on external conditions. This is how many people spend their entire lives. They keep chasing the next thing, believing it will finally make them happy. But happiness continues slipping away because it was never meant to come from possessions alone. True happiness comes from appreciating the journey while working toward your goals. There is nothing wrong with ambition. There is nothing wrong with dreaming big. You should work hard. You should aim high. You should strive to improve your life. But while you are climbing the mountain, do not forget to enjoy the view. Do not ignore the blessings surrounding you. Do not postpone your smile until you reach the top. Think about a person learning a new skill. At first they struggle, they make mistakes. Progress feels slow. If they only focus on the final result, they may become frustrated and quit. But if they learn to enjoy the process, every small improvement becomes a reason for encouragement. Every lesson becomes valuable. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow. This mindset transforms the entire experience. God has not placed you on this earth to spend your life worrying about when happiness will arrive. He has given you this moment as a gift. Every day is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, kinder, and more grateful. The challenges you face today are not signs that life is against you. Often they are lessons preparing you for something greater. The difficult seasons teach patience. The setbacks teach resilience. The struggles teach strength. Even imperfect circumstances can help shape a beautiful life. When you stop waiting for perfect conditions, something powerful happens. You begin to notice opportunities that were always there. You become more grateful. You become more peaceful. You stop comparing your life to others. You stop measuring your happiness by things you do not yet possess. Instead, you start valuing the present moment. You start recognizing the goodness that already exists in your life. Remember, if you cannot be happy with little, having more will not automatically make you happy. If you cannot appreciate today, tomorrow will never feel enough. The habit of gratitude must begin now. The decision to enjoy life must begin now. The choice to stop postponing happiness must begin now. Do not wait for the perfect job, the perfect relationship, the perfect bank account, or the perfect circumstances. Perfection is an illusion. Life is happening right now. This day will never come again. This moment will never return. Make the most of it. Appreciate it. Learn from it. Grow through it. Trust God's plan. Keep moving forward with faith. And understand that happiness is not something waiting for you in the future. It is something you choose in the present. The moment you stop waiting for perfect conditions is the moment you truly begin to live. My friends, one of the greatest mistakes people make is overlooking the blessings they already have while constantly chasing the blessings they do not yet possess. Human nature often pushes us to focus on what is missing. We look at our lives and immediately notice what we lack instead of appreciating what we have. We think about the opportunities that did not come, the money we have not earned, the goals we have not achieved, and the dreams that are still far away. In doing so, we unknowingly ignore the countless gifts that God has already placed in our lives. Think about how often people say, "If only I had this, I would be happy." Some believe happiness is hidden in a bigger house. Some believe it is waiting in a higher salary. Others think it will arrive when they gain recognition, success, or approval from people around them. But while they keep looking ahead, they fail to appreciate the blessings they are standing on today. Imagine a person who complains every day because he has an old phone. He constantly compares himself with others who own the latest devices. He feels dissatisfied and believes his happiness depends on buying something new. But somewhere else, there is another person who would be grateful simply to own any phone at all, because it would allow him to connect with his family. The difference is not in what they possess. The difference is in what they choose to focus on. Gratitude changes everything. When you begin appreciating what God has already given you, your entire perspective shifts. Suddenly, ordinary things become extraordinary. You realize that waking up each morning is a blessing. The ability to breathe without assistance is a blessing. The ability to see the beauty of the world is a blessing. The ability to hear the voices of loved ones is a blessing. These are gifts that many people take for granted until they are no longer available. Consider your daily routine. You wake up in the morning and walk across your room without giving it a second thought. You prepare for the day. You speak with people. You make decisions. You move freely. Yet there are individuals around the world who would celebrate if they could do these simple things. There are people facing illnesses who dream of having the strength that you possess right now. There are people who would gladly exchange places with you because they understand the value of what you already have. The problem is that people become familiar with their blessings. When something is available every day, they stop noticing it. It becomes normal. It becomes expected. But just because something is common does not mean it is insignificant. The sun rises every day, yet its importance remains extraordinary. The air surrounds us constantly, yet we cannot survive without it. In the same way, many blessings in your life may seem ordinary, but they are actually priceless gifts from God. Think about family and relationships. Many people become so focused on future achievements that they forget to appreciate the people who support them today. A child may overlook the sacrifices made by parents. A husband may fail to appreciate his wife. A wife may forget to value her husband. Friends may be taken for granted. Then one day circumstances change, and suddenly they realize how valuable those relationships truly were. Appreciation delayed often becomes regret. A wise person does not wait until something is lost before recognizing its value. They choose gratitude while the blessing is still present. They express love while people are still around. They appreciate opportunities while they still exist. They recognize that every day is a gift and that nothing in life should be taken for granted. Look at a farmer planting seeds. He does not spend every day complaining that the harvest has not arrived yet. Instead, he appreciates the soil, the rain, the sunlight, and the opportunity to work. He understands that every stage has value. In the same way, your life is made up of many stages. Do not become so obsessed with future harvests that you fail to appreciate today's seeds. Social media has made gratitude even more difficult for many people. Every day, people see images of luxury, success, and lifestyles that seem perfect. They compare their reality with someone else's highlights. As a result, they begin feeling inadequate. They start believing their own lives are not good enough. But comparison blinds people to their blessings. The moment you focus on someone else's journey, you stop appreciating your own. Remember that there will always be someone who has more than you. There will always be someone with a bigger house, a better car, more money, or greater recognition. If your happiness depends on having more than everyone else, you will never be satisfied. True contentment comes from appreciating what God has already placed in your hands, while continuing to work hard for your future. Imagine ending every day by thinking about 3 blessings you experienced. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe you enjoyed a meal. Maybe you learned something new. Maybe you spent time with family. These moments may appear small, but together they create a meaningful life. Happiness is often hidden inside simple moments that people overlook because they are searching for something bigger. God has already given many people enough reasons to be grateful, but gratitude requires awareness. It requires slowing down and recognizing the gifts surrounding you. It requires understanding that blessings are not measured only by wealth or status. Peace is a blessing. Health is a blessing. Wisdom is a blessing. Love is a blessing. Opportunity is a blessing. Another day to improve yourself is a blessing. The person who learns gratitude becomes rich, even when possessing little. The person who lacks gratitude remains poor, even when possessing much. This is because gratitude creates abundance within the heart. It teaches you to value what you have instead of constantly mourning what you do not have. So open your eyes to the blessings already present in your life. Appreciate them. Protect them. Celebrate them. Thank God for them. Do not wait until they disappear before recognizing their worth. The happiest people are not those who have everything they want. The happiest people are those who appreciate everything God has already given them. When gratitude becomes your daily habit, joy becomes your natural companion, and life begins to feel far richer than you ever imagined. My friends, one of the most powerful truths you can learn in life is that the present moment is all you truly have. Yet most people spend their lives somewhere else. Their bodies are here, but their minds are trapped in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries. They replay old mistakes, relive painful memories, and carry the weight of things that cannot be changed. At the same time, they worry endlessly about a future that has not arrived. As a result, they miss the beauty, opportunities, and blessings that exist right in front of them. Think about how often people say, "I will enjoy life later." They tell themselves they will relax after finishing a project, after earning more money, after solving every problem, or after reaching a certain goal. But life does not happen later. Life is happening now. Every breath you take is happening now. Every opportunity to love, learn, grow, and improve exists now. The present moment is where your entire life unfolds. Imagine a person driving a car while looking only in the rearview mirror. How far can they travel safely? Not very far. Eventually they will miss what is ahead and create problems for themselves. This is exactly what happens when people focus too much on the past. They keep replaying failures, disappointments, and mistakes. They allow old events to control today's decisions. They become prisoners of memories instead of creators of their future. Yes, everyone has made mistakes. Every successful person has failed at something. Every strong person has experienced difficult moments. Every wise person has learnt lessons through challenges. But God did not give you the past so you could live there forever. He gave it to you so you could learn from it. The lesson should remain, but the burden should be released. Think about a student who failed an important exam. If he spends every day thinking about that failure, blaming himself and repeating negative thoughts, his confidence will continue to decrease. However, if he learns from the experience, studies harder, and focuses on what he can do today, his future begins to change. The difference is not the event itself. The difference is where he chooses to place his attention. In the same way, many people destroy today's peace because of yesterday's pain. They carry anger for years. They hold on to resentment. They continue thinking about people who hurt them long ago. They relive situations that are already over. Meanwhile, precious moments of their lives pass by unnoticed. The clock keeps moving. Opportunities keep coming and going. Yet their minds remain trapped in places they can no longer change. At the same time, many people become prisoners of the future. They worry constantly. They imagine worst-case scenarios. They create fears that may never happen. Their minds become filled with questions. What if I fail? What if things go wrong? What if I lose what I have? What if my plans do not work out? But worrying about tomorrow does not improve tomorrow. It only steals today's strength. It drains today's energy. It destroys today's peace. A worried mind cannot fully enjoy the blessings of the present moment because it is always preparing for problems that may never arrive. Imagine carrying a heavy suitcase everywhere you go. After a while, your shoulders become tired and your body becomes exhausted. Now imagine that the suitcase is filled with worries about the future. Every unnecessary fear adds more weight. Every negative thought adds another burden. Eventually, you become exhausted not because of what has happened, but because of what you imagine might happen. God did not create you to live under constant fear. He gave you today because today is where your power exists. You cannot act in yesterday. You cannot act in tomorrow. You can only act in this moment. Every positive change begins with what you choose to do right now. Look at athletes preparing for competition. The best performers do not focus on every possible outcome. They focus on the present action. They concentrate on the next step, the next movement, the next opportunity. If they become distracted by past mistakes or future fears, their performance suffers. Success comes from giving full attention to the moment they are in. The same principle applies to everyday life. When you are spending time with your family, be fully present. Listen to them. Appreciate them. When you are working, focus completely on your task. When you are learning, give your full attention to learning. When you are praying, be fully connected with God. A focused mind experiences life more deeply than a distracted mind. Many people rush through their days without truly experiencing them. They eat without noticing the food. They talk without really listening. They spend time with loved ones while staring at screens. They move from one activity to another without appreciating the moment they are in. Then years pass and they wonder where the time went. The truth is that life is not made of years alone. Life is made of moments. The quality of your life depends on the quality of your attention. If your attention is always somewhere else, you miss the gift that God has placed directly in front of you. Think about a beautiful sunrise. It lasts only a short time. A person who is fully present notices the colors, the beauty, and the peace. Another person may be standing in the same place while worrying about yesterday or tomorrow and miss the entire experience. The opportunity was available to both people, but only one truly experienced it. The present moment is where gratitude grows. It is where peace is found. It is where relationships become stronger. It is where dreams begin turning into reality. Every great achievement started with someone taking action in the present. Every meaningful relationship was built through moments of attention and care. Every personal transformation began with a decision made today. So stop allowing yesterday to steal today. Stop allowing tomorrow to control today. Learn from the past, prepare for the future, but live fully in the present. Appreciate this moment, use this moment wisely. Trust God's plan and focus on the opportunities that exist right now, because this day is a gift. This breath is a gift. This opportunity is a gift. And when you learn to live fully in the present moment, you discover that happiness, peace, and purpose were never waiting somewhere else. They were here all along, waiting for you to notice them. My friends, one of the fastest ways to lose your happiness is to compare your journey with someone else's journey. Comparison is a silent thief. It steals confidence, destroys peace, weakens gratitude, and makes people forget how far they have already come. Many people are not unhappy because their lives are bad. They are unhappy because they spend too much time looking at the lives of others. Think about it. A person may be doing well, making progress, improving every day, and moving closer to their goals. But the moment they start comparing themselves to someone who appears more successful, they suddenly feel inadequate. Nothing changed in their life. Their achievements remain the same. Their blessings remain the same. Their opportunities remain the same. The only thing that changed was their focus. This is why comparison is dangerous. It shifts your attention away from your own growth and places it on someone else's journey. Instead of appreciating what God has given you, you begin focusing on what God has given someone else. Instead of improving yourself, you become distracted by trying to measure yourself against others. Look at nature for a moment. A flower does not compare itself to a tree. A river does not compare itself to a mountain. The sun does not compete with the moon. Each fulfills its purpose in its own unique way. Imagine how strange it would be if a rose spent its entire life wishing it were a sunflower. It would never appreciate its own beauty. In the same way, many people spend their lives wishing they were someone else and never discover the greatness within themselves. God created every person with different strengths, different opportunities, different challenges, and different timelines. Your journey was never meant to look exactly like someone else's. Yet many people forget this truth. They see another person's success and immediately begin questioning their own worth. A young man may see a friend buying a new car and suddenly feel unsuccessful. A woman may see someone else's achievements on social media and begin doubting her own progress. A student may compare grades. An employee may compare salaries. An entrepreneur may compare business results. A family may compare lifestyles. This endless cycle of comparison creates frustration because there will always be someone who appears to have more. If your happiness depends on being ahead of everyone else, you will never find lasting peace. No matter how much you achieve, there will always be another person who seems more successful, more talented, wealthier, or more recognized. The race never ends because comparison has no finish line. Think about a runner participating in a race. If he spends the entire race looking sideways at other runners, he loses focus on his own path. He may stumble, he may slow down, he may lose confidence. But when he focuses on his own lane, his own effort, and his own progress, he performs much better. Life works the same way. Success comes when you focus on your own growth rather than constantly measuring yourself against others. One of the biggest problems in today's world is that people compare their real lives to other people's highlights. Social media often shows only the best moments. People post achievements, vacations, celebrations, and successes. Rarely do they show their struggles, failures, disappointments, fears, and sleepless nights. As a result, many people begin believing that everyone else has a perfect life. But every person faces challenges that others cannot see. Every successful individual has fought battles behind the scenes. Every achievement has required sacrifice. Every victory has a story of effort, patience, and persistence. When you compare your entire life to someone else's best moments, you create an unfair comparison that only damages your confidence. Imagine two trees planted on the same day. One grows quickly while the other grows more slowly. If the smaller tree became discouraged because it was not growing at the same speed, it would miss an important truth. Growth happens at different rates. What matters is not whether you are growing faster than someone else. What matters is whether you are growing compared to who you were yesterday. The real competition is not between you and another person. The real competition is between who you are today and who you have the potential to become. Every day offers an opportunity to improve. Every day offers a chance to learn something new, develop a better habit, strengthen your character, and move closer to your purpose. Think about your own life. There were things you once struggled with that are easy for you now. There were challenges you thought you could never overcome. There were goals you once dreamed about that you have already achieved. Growth has already happened in your life, but comparison often blinds you to it. A wise person celebrates the success of others without feeling threatened by it. They understand that another person's success does not reduce their own potential. The sky has enough room for every star to shine. Someone else's achievement is not proof of your failure. It is proof that success is possible. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you gain freedom. You stop seeking validation from people. You stop chasing approval. You stop feeling discouraged every time someone achieves something before you. Instead, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. God has given you unique gifts for a reason. Your experiences are unique. Your strengths are unique. Your purpose is unique. The world does not need another copy of someone else. The world needs the person God created you to be. Every time you compare yourself to others, you move further away from discovering your own potential. Appreciate your journey. Respect your pace. Trust your path. Some people bloom early, while others bloom later. Some achieve success quickly, while others require more time. Neither path is wrong. What matters is continuing to move forward with faith, determination, and gratitude. Remember this powerful truth. The person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth. Focus on your own purpose. Focus on your own progress. Celebrate every small improvement. Honor every lesson learned. Value every step forward. The moment you stop comparing your journey to others, you begin to experience true peace. You become grateful for your blessings. You become confident in your abilities. You become focused on your purpose. And most importantly, you begin living the life God intended for you instead of wishing for someone else's life. That is where genuine happiness begins, and that is where lasting fulfillment is found.